Howdy, folks. Welcome to the channel Rockin' the Country. I'm Don. I've got a gift request from funRonni. Ronnie, thank you for this gift and request. Of course, it's Loretta Lynn, because funRonni is Loretta Lynn's worldwide #1 fan. I've decreed it so, therefore it is so. And the name of the song is I'm Dying for Someone to Live For. Ooh, that's a title right there. That's a mouthful. Ronnie made a gift to the channel for me to do this. So Ronnie, thank you for that gift and this request. And this is what Ronnie said in the email. Loretta recovered from her stroke and released this album at age 86. She co-wrote this song. I might overanalyze some songs, but this reminds me of her song Whispering Sea. Tides and Shores, Missing Loves, and so on. And Ronnie said that she thinks this song is more complex than Whispering Sea, which shows Loretta's maturity as an artist. Keep smiling and enjoy the day. All right, well, thank you. I hope to enjoy the day, Ronnie. I expect to. I'm a pretty happy guy, generally speaking. Let's see what Loretta's got. I'm dying for someone to live for. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know this song.
Loneliness falls all around, and it's almost got me down. Well, I guess when it rains, it pours. I'm dying for someone to live for. There's a whippoorwill out on a limb. Yeah, I know I'm more lonesome than him. Now I don't know what he's crying for. I'm dying for someone to live for.
Wow.
And the weeping willow cries every time a good love says goodbye. I hear the tide coming in on the shore. I'm dying for someone to live for.
So pretty, and a contrast with the sadness of the song lyrics.
The love of my life is long gone, and I don't know what I've done so wrong. I don't think I can take too much more, and I'm dying for someone to live for. And the weeping willow cries every time a good love says goodbye. I hear the tide coming in on the shore, and I'm dying for someone to live for. Lord, I'm dying for someone to live for.
Oh my God, that kept so simple. I don't even know if that was maturity as much as just experience. And maybe they're one and the same, but some people have a lot of experiences in life and don't grow from them. They don't change their perspective. They don't embrace nuance into their whatever. They don't expand their vision. But I think this was more just about truth. Like you said, 86 years old, love of her life is gone. She wants to live for someone because she was so used to that, her children, and she still had them, but they were fully grown by the time she was 86. I mean, she probably had great grandkids by then. So she could have lived for them, but they're going to be spread out all over. And but her husband, she invested so much in that marriage. And it's a funny thing that when you struggle through something and stay with it, you're more invested in it. Like, even though there's frustration and all that stuff, and Loretta endured, it's well known that her husband cheated a lot, and she still stayed by him. And so she was really committed to him and that relationship, and all the things that allowed her to keep her heart and mind glued together so she could stay in that relationship despite the betrayals and so on. But the thing is about that, when you fight for something over years and decades, you get so wedded to that way of being that when that's gone, it's very difficult to find purpose. You're 86, she wants somebody to live for. And I know she's dying. I get that part. When you're 86 years old, you know that's what's going on. I'm 64, and I mean, I've pondered life and death for decades. I mean, going back to as even partly as a teenager, but then as a philosophy major, you know, age 18, I entered college, 18 or 9, yeah, 18, then I turned 19. But in any case, entered college and didn't go to study philosophy. I just took a class and liked it. And then I wound up majoring in it at Rutgers. And you ponder life. That's what you do as a philosopher. The nature of it, what makes a good life, and this, and what makes a person, what, like, moral, if you will, if there are morals. Like, you study every angle that you could think of or even not think of. But then at the end of life, now toward the end, you're going to die, and you've sort of pondered it a lot. And older folks do contemplate their own mortality a lot more. They know that they might not wake up in the morning. It's just, you kind of get used to it in a sense. It isn't like you dread it. It just is. You're like, I'm not gonna fight that. So she's able to admit at that age that she's dying for someone to live for. So I don't know where the double entendre is in there. It really just might be an expression that's like a 1.5 entendre, where, yeah, she's older. She'd had her stroke, recovered from it, able to sing, obviously, but she really wants to have the strength to give to somebody. And I don't know if she means also to be something to and for somebody more than what she's experiencing. I can't say. But it was very simple, very direct, Ronnie. I mean, this one was, I mean, I think lyrically was inspired entirely by her. She may have had help crafting the words, or certainly the instrumentation. Just when she looks out and sees the bird on the end of the whippoorwill, and, but I'm lonelier than that one. I wonder what that one's thinking or feeling, but its loneliness does not compare to mine. And I think she may be right, because the human brain, for all its advantages that it provides us, not merely due to its size isn't necessarily relevant. It's not irrelevant, but we feel things, we remember things. There's so much to memory and how it interconnects to who we are as people, as a person, individually. And she remembers. Now, what do birds remember? I don't know. How do they process it? I don't know. So I like that she brought that into it here just by saying, I'm lonelier than you. And she may absolutely be right, because the birds sort of get stuck on one thought, maybe. Usually it's about food and survival, but are there other thoughts they have? I don't know. Did they have the language necessary to have those thoughts? I don't know. It's a vehicle by which we remember things. We have the linguistic capacity to say, oh, 13 years ago, I remember this. Well, if you don't have the language, if you don't have the linguistic capacity, you can't even formulate those thoughts. And it seems to be those thoughts are the things that generate the feelings and make you relive them. So she's reliving a life of loneliness. She's feeling it now. See what you did, Ronnie? I should be wearing my philosophy hat right now. Told you were a philosopher. Philosophers do this to other people who like to think. They like to put things out there and get them going. Sometimes the simpler, the better. I mean, this is a very simple song, but very revealing. Instrumentation was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All of it. Just allowed Loretta's quivering voice an older woman's voice to just be. So I'm gonna rate this song, and the number that popped into my mind was a 9.1. It was just gorgeous, and obviously got me reflecting on what it would be like for her to be living in that moment. All right, guys, you could thank funRonni for that one. I'm calling her philosopherRonni today. All right, guys, have a great day. See you on another video. Keep rocking the country.
Loneliness falls all around, and it's almost got me down.